Hey everybody, Rob here from the Off-Grid Tiny House. Back again. I just gotta unload my pockets here a little bit so my pants don't keep pulling down. Okay, so I brought the camera and some drills and stuff. However, I forgot the Dyson. Sucks, because I want to do some more cleaning. But I'll give you the temperature in here. It's 33 Fahrenheit. Or 2 Celsius and 47% humidity. Now it says it's 6 p.m. It is not. It is 10:30 on a Sunday. So what I did, guys, I need to get my slippers on because the floor is cool, but not super cold. I brought the thermal camera, and I wanted to point it at the radiant barrier and compare it to the wall without the radiant barrier. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'm going to put you guys over here for now. Oh, I have the tripod, by the way, because that one day I forgot it, and that was pretty nasty, but I was able to figure things out, so that was good. And I will be putting the heat on and doing some more cleaning. We'll turn the FLIR on here, and we'll see what it actually shows. Okay, so if I pick you guys up, it's kind of actually warm on the scale with the wall that has the radiant barrier. You see that yellowing, especially if I point it at the top. Okay, wait a minute. This wall kind of went goofy on me. Okay, everything went blue all of a sudden. Even the previous wall here. Okay, so let's point it at the wall without the radiant barrier. And, is that the drills? Yeah, the drills are warmer than inside here. That's kind of weird. There's the drills there, guys. So we'll go back into the far room. Now this radiant barrier is up here, but I'm still getting the blue. But I'm guessing it's supposed to be blue because I haven't had any heat on in here, right? So kind of weird. My shoes are warm, and my hand. So I'm gonna have to do this test, guys, once I get the heat on, and we'll see exactly where the heat is moving inside the tiny house, because right now everything's cold and I'm not getting a reading. So I'm gonna shut the FLIR off. There she goes. And I hear a bunch of crows outside. They're going crazy. I'll get back to the FLIR in a bit. We'll get the heat on. I brought my my power packs from the Dollar Tree, and then Primo's, of course. Primo's actually charges this camera when the camera's view screen is closed, which I found highly impressive. And then I use it for my for listening to my music. That little speaker there, that blue thing, it's a Bud Light speaker we got for free. As USB, and I hook it up to my MP3 player, and then I have basically music in here. So let's set the camera up, and I'll light up the fireplace. You guys are basically where the battery box is now, and I'm gonna get this gas turned on, and I gotta put the toilet back and all that fun stuff today, and then we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do with the what we're gonna do with the battery box now. So set that to pilot, bolt its things in, and then I have to, one thing I have to do, guys, is my dad has some glass cleaner for fireplaces, so I'm gonna have to borrow some of that and do the inside. I think I'm gonna keep those artificial logs, the ones that were giving me trouble, out of the fireplace for now, just because I don't want it sooting up again. I must have them out of whack, because when you impinge a flame, like it was doing, if you have an object on the flame pushing it down, the flame will start burning dirty, creating the soot, and it's called impingement. So that's what was going on, and that's why my fireplace got nasty black there. So I think we're good. So we're gonna slowly release the pilot and go to on mode, and then I hear the gas. There we go. So you can see I still got a little bit of soot here that I need to clean up, but I will do that. So I'm gonna plug my little USB guys in to get the fan on right away, and I'm gonna move stuff out of the way. Whoops. Okay. There's one. There's two, the noisy bugger. And there's three. That one's a little noisy too. I'll leave that down for now. As you can hear, noisy, but it does go away. So as you can see with it's kind of dark this morning, but you can kind of see the fireplace's light is hitting that sidewall. And so what I'm hoping is, if these survival blankets do work, the Mylar, the radiant heat will be hitting this wall, bouncing off this wall in all different directions, and now it's even hitting this tool pantry. It'll warm that up before it actually hits the outer wall and leaves, because the outer wall doesn't have the ability to push it back because of there's no radiant barrier on this side of the tiny house yet. But if you guys remember, my radiant barrier goes past the fireplace here to about where the gas line connection is, right on that seam. That's where I stopped. So any heat off the fireplace beyond there, a little bit, will be bounced back, and you can kind of see the light there. It's going to bounce around, and we're going to see how well this stuff performs. And then as you can see, I still have some silicone to peel off where the battery box was, because I put that in there because they told me to make the battery box airtight. So I did that before thinking of what I was going to do with the solar and everything like that. So you never know, guys, you never know. So the battery box for now is just standing straight up and down there, and I can just store that away somewhere, and it doesn't take up too much room when it's vertical, so that's nice. I might put it back here by the bed, just so, well, it's okay there, I guess. What the heck, right? So we're gonna see exactly how this works. Now the fireplace, as you can see the light better here from back here, we're getting it on the floor as well, which is important to warm that floor up. And then actually below the floor, like this floor is insulated, 2x4 construction. I should have went 2x6. If I ever build another tiny house again, I will. and I will put the radiant barrier under or on before the plywood as well. But past the insulation, we hit the regular floor of the trailer that it was built with, and then under that is more insulation I added underneath the tiny house, rock salt, and then holding the rock salt in place is a radiant barrier called Thermopan. You guys may have seen that in my other videos, my prior early videos, and so that's actually, the radiant heat is probably traveling down, hitting the radiant barrier, and going back up, which is a good thing. Now, I need to do the ceiling. With my overlap here, guys, I can tie that into the ceiling once I figure out exactly what I'm going to do with that. I'll probably leave there's an air gap, so there's a good view. So the 2x4, I can attach to that and maybe run straight across to this side, just toenailing into either side, and then just put a light piece of plywood up like this stuff and screw it in there, and then put the survival blanket on top of that. So we'll have an air gap between the current spray foam roof of about a couple inches. We'll have the survival blanket, then the plywood, and then I can figure out if I want to paint it or leave it or whatever. Let me know what you guys think about that. And there's my solar wall back near the shower, and there's the toilet. Toilet is not heavy, by the way. Composting toilets, guys, I'm gonna say well worth the money on that, because you never, like, I've been using this since I got it, and I haven't had to empty it yet, because when the waste composts down, it turns into like a soil that's very light, and you really don't have to empty it unless you use a ton of toilet paper. So and I don't add a lot of peat moss, though some people say, oh, just add whatever, but I'm not that way at all. As you can see, while I'm talking, as you can see, the light is actually reflecting off the wooden pantry there. Tool chest. You have a good view of what is radiant, because it's got the glass on the sides, so it's going to angle out and hit that, angle out, hit the wall, and there. So I'm going to whip up, open the thermal camera and show you guys what's going on after I move some stuff off my countertop. Okay, there we go. We'll see what this baby's rating. Now, I gotta kind of hold things so that you can see the fireplace is nice and warm. And look at that. You guys see that? It looks like the heat is hit. That's the spot on the wall from where the fireplace is, where the radiant barrier is, and it looks like the barrier, it's an isolated spot, but I think the barrier is shooting it back out from what I'm seeing. And there's on the floor, you can see the fireplace, and you can see the floor is heating up in that certain area. And then let's look at the pantry. Whoops. So the pantry is heating up, and there's an object up there that's heating up. Oh, that's there's a metal pan right here. I think that's the object that's heating up. Yeah, that's it. So the pantry is getting a lot of that heat as well. Now I'll go behind the fireplace, which will be interesting to see. So, okay. So we have the stovepipe. There's the fireplace there. let's see. It is shooting a little bit of heat off the sides. Not much, just a little bit of radiant heat. We're gonna see how this radiant foil now performs with the heat on, because this will be the first test, guys. Because I did shut it off, because when I was working around the fireplace, I didn't want to hurt myself and get burned. Oh, my flare will shut off, probably on economy mode. Turn it back on, and we'll have a good picture of what's going on. Oh, before I show you the flare, if I zoom in, you might be able to see this. See that movement? That is the fans, I believe, hitting the ceiling and bouncing and moving some air. I should do the ceiling with the flare. So above the flare, oh, there's the, okay, so yes, look at the ceiling. Look at the heat that's generating off of the fans and the fireplace with natural heat rising, but it's assisted with my USB fans. Look at that. That's definitely, and then as I move back, I guess the sun is doing the rest, but it's kind of got like a hot spot here on the wall, and then a hot spot on the floor and on the pantry over here. I can't believe how warm that metal is. But I guess it's just the reflection. I'm wearing gloves, so I can't really tell. But it's kind of strange. I don't know. That's kind of weird, eh, guys? I don't know. So, yeah, I'm gonna run this for a bit and go to work in here. And we're gonna see exactly how things progress and all that fun stuff. Now, the back here, oh good, the flare shut off again. Back here, I have this small survival blanket, which I do probably I should put above the fireplace to help bounce the ceiling, the heat down from the ceiling, and all that fun stuff. So I don't know exactly how I can mount that without just taping it onto the foam. But I think I'm gonna hold off on that. But yeah, so I'm gonna go to work here, guys, tidy up around the tiny house a little bit, as much as I can, and then you know, do what I can do. Oh, look at this. It's because this material is so light, you can kind of see it moving here. From the USB fans, yeah, you can see it moving a tad bit there. So you know the airflow is getting over here. A bit. Now, if you can notice this, guys, look at this. This is not sunlight. This is reflecting off the fireplace. So the fire down here, let me zoom out. The light from the fire is actually hitting these surfaces even up here and shooting down, bouncing it around. We can't see it bouncing it around because it's not in our light spectrum that our eyes work, but we know it's there because of science, right? So, yeah, interesting. So I'm guessing once the entire ceiling is done, it's gonna make one big difference. But I'm just, this is kind of a big experiment here, and it's a very affordable way to add radiant barrier to your house or your project, because $250 covers 16 feet wide by, I'm gonna say 9. Look at the overlap I have of extra there. At least 8.5 feet. Gotta be 8 to 9, 16 by 9, I'm gonna say. So that's a lot of area to cover, especially if you're in a tiny house or a small project and you're trying to heat and cool that project. The radiant barrier will block out the heat from the outside and keep the heat on the inside, you know, to stop the sun in the summertime from cooking you alive. And then in the winter, it keeps your heat that's bouncing around reflecting inside, making everything more efficient for your house, so your stove doesn't have to work as hard, etc., etc. So I'm liking this so far. This is looking cool. I'll tell you guys in a bit how things are.